Hello everyone, I am Rahul Sandilya and this is next lecture of Internet of Things. This is the beginning of 4th unit, and in this unit we will learn about the first topic is machine to machine and IoT, comparison between machine to machine and IoT network. So what is actually machine to machine communication network and how it is related to IoT, how it is different, what is the common things between M2M and IoT. So let's first understand what M2M means. So M2M refers to those solutions that allow communication between devices of the same type and a specific application, all via wired or wireless communication network. M2 solutions allow end users to capture data about events from assets such as temperature or inventory levels. This is pretty much same as the IoT, but there is a smart thing. Is a device. There is a device, electronic device that is used to capture data from the outside, and that is used to control, can be used to control something. And this device is somehow connected to the wired way or wireless way, somehow connected to the another communication protocol. So what is difference between M2M and IoT? So the main feature of M2M communication are, it is a general concept. It is a general concept involving an autonomous device communicating directly to another autonomous device. Autonomous refers to the ability to the node to instantiate and communicate information with another node without human intervention. The form of communication is left open to the application. It may very well be the case M2M device uses no inherent service or topology for the communication. So these are the two features of M2M devices. That here too again we have autonomous devices. That means that can automatically act. You do not, no human intervention is required to operate that. They can initiate communication by their own, and they can perform some services. Again, the form of communication is left open to the application. It may very well be the case that M2M device uses no inherent services or topology. So application is not pretty much defined. Can be it can provide some services, while in other way it just provide a topology for the communication. An M2M system may communicate over a non-IP based channel such as serial boot or custom protocol. That is actually the main difference. That M2M need not to communicate on using IP based. All the IoT based systems must connect somewhere to the through gateway to some main internet network. But that is not compulsory with the M2M system. M2M system overview. M2M systems basically consist assets that is the physical environment, M2M devices that act as sensing and that act as sensing and actuator, and then it is connected to some M2M local area network, and that local area network is again connected with the main communication network, and that can be a cellular network, satellite network, or even that can be and then this network overall provides some service. So the M2M system solution is used to remotely monitor and control enterprise assets of various kinds and to integrate those assets into the business process of enterprise in question. The asset can be of a wide range of type, example vehicle, freight, container, building, or a smart electricity meter, all depending on the enterprise. The system component of M2M solution are as follows. M2M devices. This is M2M device attached to the asset of interest and provides sensing and actuation capability. The M2M device is here generalized as there are a number of different realizations of this device. ranging from low-end sensor node to high-end complex devices with multimodal sensing capabilities. So, and the second important component is network. The purpose of network is to provide remote connectivity between M2M device and the application side server. Many different network can be used, include both WAN, wide area network, and local area network, sometimes also referred as capillary network or M2M area network. So M2M area is a more frequent word for this. I have just described it. Then we have M2M service enablement. This component provides general functionality that is common across a number of different applications. Its primary purpose is to reduce cost for implementation and ease of application development. And then we have M2M application. Overall, the application component of the solution is a realization of the highly specific monitoring and control process. The application is further integrated into overall business process system of the enterprise. So this is the M2M architecture. The M2M architecture can be subdivided into three regions. That is, the first one is that consists M2M devices and M2M area network. Second, in between is the communication network, and third is this service and application, as we have just. So M2M refers to the networking of machine or devices for the purpose of remote monitoring and control of the data. Figure shows the end-to-end architecture of M2M system comprising of M2M area network, communication network, and application. Basically, these are now M2M architecture. An M2M area network comprises of the machine-to-machine nodes which have embedded hardware modules for sensing, actuation, and communication. Various communication protocols can be used for M2M local area networks such as ZigBee, Bluetooth, ModBus, M-Bus, Wirless M-Bus, power line communication, 6LoWPAN, IEEE. So these protocols we also see in the IoT, and that is also used, that has been used with the M2M devices also. For example, ZigBee is an old protocol. Bluetooth is also an old protocol. Communicate with the hardware devices. These communication protocols provide connectivity between M2M nodes within an M2M area network. The communication network provide connectivity to remote M2M area network. So M2M area is connected to the remote some network that connect another M2M area network. And one M2M area network for another network M2M area network just act as a node. That means a node of an M2M area cannot directly communicate with the another node that falls into another M2M area network. Since non-IP based protocols are used within M2M area network, the M2M nodes within one network cannot communicate with the node in an external network. To enable the communication between remote M2M area networks, M2M gateway are used. So one M2M area node cannot directly communicate with the other M2M area network nodes. To interface between these two M2M networks, there are some another communication, and therefore we need to use M2M gateway. The communication between M2M nodes and the M2M gateway is based on communication protocols which are native to M2M area network. M2M gateway performs protocol translation to enable IP connectivity for M2M area networks. M2M gateway acts as proxy performing translation from two native protocols from Internet protocol. So M2M gateway just act as a translator that translate one data format to another data format of another communication. So here the M2M data is gathered into the point solutions such as the enterprise application, service management application, or remote monitoring application. And at last, the M2M has various application domains such as smart metering, home automation, industrial automation, smart grid, M2M solution designs such as data collection and storage architecture, and applications are specific to M2M applications. So in the right side of the right figure of the right side, you can see M2M architecture. So here we have M2M. It's begin M2M device just act as the nodes of the M2M. This comprise an M2M local area network. So M2M area networks are comprised of various M2M devices, and one M2M area network is not connected directly to another M2M area network. So, and this gateway devices have three applications, that is M2M gateway, communication modules, M2M service capabilities, and M2M application. Now this as a whole from one M2M say service, and this can be then this can be communicating with another M2M area network. So these are the few applications of the M2M devices, M2M machine-to-machine communication. The important ones are telematics, metering, remote sensoring, fleet management, security, ATM point of sale. ATM/point of sale. Point of sales are same as debit swipe card machines that you see in the shops and restaurants. Security. CCTV camera is another example of M2M device. Application. So point of sale, remote cover, remote monitoring, we have already seen in that example. And the one telematics is another important application. Let's see this telematics. Typical applications include navigation, remote vehicle diagnostic, pay-as-you-drive, insurance scheme, road charging, and stolen vehicles recovery. Then we have metering application meanwhile, including primary report, remote meter management, data collection, or for energy consumption in electricity utility sector, but also for gas and water consumption. Remote monitoring is more generalized monitoring of assets and includes remote passive monitoring as one prime example, that is that we use to manage the patient in the hospital. Critical patient, that is very important application of M2M or fleet management includes a number of different applications like data logging, goods, vehicle positioning, and security of various or hazardous goods. Security applications are mainly those related to home alarms and small business surveillance solutions. The final market segment is automated teller machine and point of sales terminals. So what are M2M system is very much like the IoT, Internet of Things system. So what are the main difference between IoT and M2M? So let's see the difference between IoT and M2M. Features of IoT. Let's remind what is the feature of the main important features of the IoT. In many respects, it can initially look the same as M2M communication, connecting sensors and other devices to information and communication technology system via wired or wireless network. IoT system may incorporate some M2M nodes such as Bluetooth mesh using non-IP communication, but aggregate data at an edge router or gateway. An edge application like a gateway or router service has as the entry point on the internet. In the longer term, it is envisaged that an IoT ecosystem will emerge not dissimilar to today's internet, allowing things and real-world objects to connect and communication and interact with one another in the same way humans do via the web. The application of M2M. Basically, the application of M2M is these are main application of M2M. Basically, it is so difference with the IoT. Difference of M2M with respect to the IoT. Let's first look in the context of communication protocol. M2M and IoT can differ in how the communication between the machine or devices happens. M2M uses either proprietary or non-IP based communication protocol for application within the M2M area network. Commonly uses M2M protocol include ZigBee, Bluetooth, ModBus, M-Bus, Wirless M-Bus, Powerline, 6LoWPAN, IEEE Z-Wave. The focus of communication in M2M usually on the protocol below the network layer. The focus of communication in IoT is usually protocol above the network layer such as HTTP, COAP, WebSocket, MQTT, and XMPP. So machines in M2M versus things in IoT. So the things in IoT refers to the physical objects that have unique identifiers and can sense and communicate with their external environment and their application or their internal physical state. The unique identifier for the things in IoT are the IP addresses, MAC addresses. Things have software component for accessing, processing, and storing sensor information or controlling actuator connected. IoT system can have heterogeneous M2M system, in contrast to IoT, typically have homogeneous machine types within the area M2M area network. Hardware vs software emphasis. While the emphasis of M2M is more on hardware and embedded modules, the emphasis of IoT is more on software. IoT device will specialized software for the sensor data collection, data analysis, and interfacing with the cloud through the IP-based communication. Data collection and analysis. M2M data is collected in point solution and often in on-premise storage infrastructure. In contrast to M2M, the data in IoT is collected in the cloud and the public, private, or hybrid cloud. The analytics components analyze the data and stores the result in cloud database. The IoT data and analysis results are visualized with the cloud-based applications. The centralized controller is aware of the status of all the end nodes and sends control command to the nodes. Observer nodes can process information and use it for various applications. However, observer nodes do not perform any control function. The last point, application. So M2M data is collected in point solution and can be accessed by on-premise applications such as diagnostics applications, service management applications, and on-premise enterprise applications. IoT data is collected in cloud and can be accessed by cloud applications such as analytics applications, enterprise applications, remote diagnosis, and management applications. Since the scale of data collected in IoT is so massive, cloud-based real-time and batch data analysis framework are used for data analysis. This is the end of this lecture.